Why are people not buying your service? What are you doing wrong? In this video, I'm going to show you two very simple reasons as to why they're not buying your service and what you need to do to solve it. Let's jump straight into the video. So there are only two reasons why anyone will buy anything. And by the way, if you think I'm wrong, comment in the section below, because I tell you now, I've had this conversation with thousands of people and I still believe I'm right. There are two main reasons what drives someone to buy something, and ideally we want to get both of them together at the same time, but if we only get one, it has to be one or the other, because if we haven't, no one's going to buy anything, and that's probably why you're not selling. The first one is a problem. If people have a problem, they will pay and invest to solve that problem. Problems can come across in a myriad of different ways. These can be biological problems, such as people being thirsty or being too warm. They can be situational problems, maybe they've moved to a new location or started a new job. Or they can be emotional problems, such as they're maybe feeling unhappy or frustrated. But the reality is, if you don't have a specific problem, the chances are you are not going to sell what you do. And one of the biggest mistakes that business owners tend to make is they tend to think that the problem that the buyer has is actually bigger than they think. Or maybe they think there's a problem when the buyer actually doesn't think there is. One of the key things you've always got to be able to do as a business owner is consider this. What are people doing right now without my solution? Without me in place, what would people do? How could people survive? What's the impact of not getting that problem resolved? How much impact does it change their lives? On them personally and on their career and what they do in a business situation? What stress does that problem cause them? How much of an issue is it? Is it a bleeding neck problem, whereas if they don't solve it very quickly, they're going to absolutely have a big problem? Or is it just a smaller basic pain? I always say to people, if you've got toothache, you're going to want to see the dentist straight away. But if you want to get your teeth whitened, you might wait some time for that. So what's the severity of the problem and how much impact is it having on them? You must, as a business owner, ask yourself those questions, because if you can't identify what happens if the person doesn't buy your service and what the implications or problems are from not using you, if you don't ask those questions and get really granular about the impact it's going to have, the chances are your buyer's going to think the same thing and not bother to engage with you. The second reason why someone wants to buy your service is because they want to buy it. People talk a lot about needs. People have a need to do things. But a need is different to a want. A want is a desire to get thinner, a desire to go to a beautiful holiday resort, a desire to fly first class, a desire to drive in a different way, a desire to achieve a goal. That desire is critical, and it's more than just a need. People don't need to do things, they have to want, they have to have that desire inside of them. So how can you stimulate that in order to make that person want to do things with you? We've got to make sure we visualize it for them. We've got to show them what the impact of their world is with your service in place. We've got to make it come to life for them and make them see that they can move from this current place where they are to the new place. But the reality is, if we can't give them that desire and show them what it's going to give them, and what it's going to offer them, how it's going to change their life, they're not going to want to engage. So there you have it, our only two reasons why people will buy anything: the problem or the desire. Now, of course, if you can be in a situation where you can combine the two together, you're on a great path to success. So the reality is, if you can't dig into what either the problem is or the desire is, you're going to sell very little. So have a look at the last set of proposals you sent through. How clear are you about the problem it is that you've been able to solve, and what you've done and how it's made a difference for the buyer? What impact has it had for them? How has it helped them achieve a goal or progress their career forward or solve a situation, a biological or a situational issue? Get really granular, get a whiteboard out and start to focus on what you do to make problems go away and solve specific problems for specific audiences, and it's going to make people want to buy what you do. So there's my two methods on what you need to do to get sales success. If you're not getting the results you want, it's because of one of those two things. Ask yourself the question, look in the mirror, make sure that what you offer is so valuable, so important, solves problems that makes people want to buy it, and it's going to hopefully enable you to sell it for the price you want and get the success and the earnings that you desire. My name is James White. Hopefully the video has been helpful. It's given you an insight into what drives people to do things. If you have enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'd love you to share it with other people so we can help other business owners get great sales success. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.